Jam Handy organization of Detroit was established by Henry Jameson Handy in 1924 as the nation's first motion picture company devoted to educational and industrial films. The Jam Handy organization was an industry leader for 40 years based on the concept of teaching and selling through showmanship. Mr. Handy came from a family of journalists associated with the Chicago Tribune. He attended the University of Michigan and was a two-time Olympic swimmer in 1904 and 1924. He was also a coach for other Olympians such as Buster Crabbe and Johnny Weissmuller, who both went on to celebrated Hollywood careers. Handy's achievements led him to positions in business, and because of this, animation pioneer John R. Bray hired him as Vice President of Industrial Films for the Bray Studio due to the value of his name. Right away, Handy acquired many lucrative automobile accounts during the formation of General Motors. Then in 1921, the Bray Studio was sued by Goldwyn Pictures due to its failure to deliver its contracted films. Handy was let go, so he took his clients with him and started his own company, the Jam Handy Picture Service on East Grand Boulevard in Detroit. The Jam Handy organization employed 500 people and produced countless films for fairs, conventions, and theatrical exhibition. It had its own animation department, headed by Rockwell Rocky Barnes and stop-motion animator Frank Goldman, who invented the three-hole animation registration system. As the animation department expanded, Mr. Handy proudly declared how he had obtained the licenses for cell production from his former employer, John Bray.
Gasoline. Liquid power to run millions of automobiles everywhere. Yet, how many know what happens to the gas after it is poured into the gas tanks, or realize the care that motor car engineers have taken to give each drop an equal chance to do its duty? Gasoline is powerful, but each drop can give a 100% account of himself only when he finds the most efficiently designed gasoline system to help him along his journey. For a successful life, every drop of gasoline depends entirely upon what happens to him after he gets in the swim. Ah, a nice one. Let's go after that drop of gasoline. So this is what the inside of the gas tank looks like. All right, we'll have to dive too. Here goes. No, this isn't the water main. It's the gas line from the tank to the engine. It's a good thing it's cool in this gas line. If it ever got warm, the gasoline would form vapor, and the pressure would hold the gas back in the tank. But we won't get stuck because this pipe is on the right side of the car, while the hot exhaust is far over on the other side. This is the gasoline pump that's been pulling the gasoline along all this time. Well, here we are in the little glass bowl below the gasoline pump. It's made out of glass, so the owner can easily see any sediment collecting on the bottom and have it removed whenever necessary. We can't stop long here. Guess the only place we can get out is through that screen up there. And is that going to be tough? The holes are certainly small. 14,000 of these tiny holes to the square inch keep dirt from reaching the carburetor. Even water can't get through this screen. Whoa, he seems to be stuck. Must be a bit of dirt clinging to him. But as soon as it comes off, he'll get through all right. There, he made it. The pump is a trusty friend of the gasoline. Always supplies just the right amount. Whenever the car is going uphill or makes a sudden burst of speed, the pump automatically works harder. But we've got to keep moving on to the carburetor. Just came through the needle valve that lets the gasoline into the carburetor. That is the float on top of the gasoline. It controls the needle valve, keeping just the right amount of gas here in the bowl of the carburetor. Hey, there goes our drop again. He's going down through the metering jet at the bottom, but he's still in the carburetor. How's that for wind? It roars through the carburetor, sometimes at a speed as high as 800 miles an hour to vaporize the gasoline. That funnel above and the other one below are called Venturi tubes. They control the speed and direction of this hurricane of air. 3 tubes in this carburetor keep raw gasoline from getting into the engine. An important reason why the 6 cylinders of this engine run on a very small amount of gasoline. But look, there's our drop over there again. Say, he's getting bigger. He's being mixed with air. He'll grow up to be about 17 times his original size, so he can do his best when he gets into the cylinder, right down to the manifold that distributes the gasoline to the cylinders. Ouch! We're standing on the hot spot. All the drops mixed with enough air are floating right on past. The others stop here to be vaporized. This manifold heater cuts down waste and lets each drop of gasoline do its best. Here we go down the manifold. Gasoline is whirled through the manifold to keep the mixture uniform, speeded up in one place and slowed down in another, so the same amount of gas gets into each one of the cylinders. These are the valves that control the gas going into the cylinders. These big intake valves certainly make it easy for gas to get into the cylinder. No crowding, no pushing, no waste. Important for gasoline economy. There's the spark plug up there, just in the right place to burn all this gasoline. And here comes that great big piston. There's the exhaust valve opening up. And here comes the piston again. Lucky they made the exhaust valve large, too, so we can get out in a hurry. There goes the ghost of our drop of gasoline. Thanks to the engineers, he's given a perfect account of himself. He has led a more fortunate life than lots of other drops. Of course, every drop must go from the tank to the exhaust, but they don't all have the economy adventures met by every drop of gas which goes down this gasoline trail.
It was said that the popular Nicky Nome theatricals made for Chevrolet saved it from bankruptcy.
Now, here's a theme that never grows cold. always dear to young and old, the sweetest story ever told, a coach for Cinderella.
I suppose you've heard about that hussy, Mrs. Webb Spider.
No, but I'm listening.
Well, far be it from me to gossip, but it seems that only last night, Mr. Webb Spider... No, yes.
Who's the next?
the seeds fly in to test the air that lies within a coach for Cinderella.
Heads up down there.
How many? The bluebirds fly in circles wide, weaving their way from side to side, forming the drapes that help provide the gown for Cinderella.
How am I doing, borrowed from another day. Now we present in full array the coach for Cinderella, the coach for Cinderella.
At me. I beg your pardon? Well, we shall see. Here he comes now. Cinderella must be home by midnight, or she'll lose her gown, her slippers, her coach, everything.
If we could only stop the hussy.
I've got it. The old witch in the forest.
That's it. The witch.
On with the dance. for my witchcraft wherever I go. At such times as this, my minions take flight to torment the traveler who rides in the night. I'm always in an ugly mood. I love to poison people's food. I'm bad, as you may well conclude. I even hate myself.
But we spread happiness each day as we go on our merry way. We help to make this life more gay. We love everything, except that.
Say, Mamie, who's taking you to the Hass and Pfeffer Hop? What? That cheap lettuce lizard? Buck's taking me. And on that bunny strut. Woo-woo, kid, he's the carrots. Hold the line, dearie. Wait till I get rid of this pest. What's eating you, buddy? Where's the fire?
Woodland Messenger Service?
When I'm spreading gloom, my goal is destruction and ultimate doom. There, my pretty one, you won't fail me. Poison people's food. I'm bad, as you may well conclude. I even hate myself.
Dear Lord of all gnomes, dear Lord of all gnomes and horsehoppers too, please hear this prayer we send to you. Won't you try with all your might to keep Cinderella safe tonight? 'Cause we spread happiness each day as we go on our merry way. We help to make this life more gay. We love everything, except that.
last night, Cinderella. Will you marry me?
I'm sorry, Your Highness. I can't. I have no dowry.
But what more dowry could I wish for than you, my love? And the coach.
Listen, all you people, you better beware. Love's an epidemic and it's in the air. It's a thing to get you even though you're very smart. So take some good advice, go out and vaccinate your heart. The love bug will bite you if you don't watch out. If he ever bites you, then you sing and shout. You'll go. That's what love is all about. The love bug will bite you if you don't watch out. If he ever bites you, then you sing and shout. You'll go. That's what love is all about. The love bug will bite you if you don't watch out. If he ever bites you, then you sing and shout. You'll go.
Haty, 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 and the hoty, hoty, ho.
That's what love is all about.
Somebody tell me these things.
The king is in a rage, the king is in a rage, the king is in a rage. Music!
If only I had a real horse.
Hiya, big boy. Do you want to come over and play?
Do I? Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'll say I do. loves me not. He loves me? It's the Black Knight. He stole the princess.
Listen, Mr. and Mrs. Knight and all the little laddies. Here's a special bulletin. Flash. The Black Knight has just kidnapped the princess. We hope His Majesty, the fathead...
Who's a fathead?
You are. Will stop eating long enough to rescue our little princess. And now we take you to the Tower of the Black Knight. Take it away.
Yes, sir. Here we are, folks, at the scene of the impending battle. What a glorious day for a fight. If only that king of ours would get mad enough to leave his dining table. And while Louis is trying to make up his mind, what there is of it, we have a special treat for you. The next voice you will hear is that of the captive princess. Take it away, princess.
Help! Help! Save me, Daddy! Help!
Steal my daughter, eh? My armor, knave! My armor!
Kitty. Boy, oh boy, looks like the end for Louis. And me too.
Oh, if only we could penetrate that wall. But that would require the power of many horses, protected by a moving fortress capable of great speed. Oh, woe is me.
Hey, Louis!
Huh?
Give up, Blackie. Let him have it. On the field of combat, I shall grant you one wish.
One wish, sire?
bumble, 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 bum. That's what love is all about. Listen, all you people, you better beware, 'cause that's what love is all about.
I'm a deep-water sailor, just come from Hong Kong. To me way, I blow the man down. If you'll give me some silver, I'll sing you a song. Oh, give me some time to blow the man down. Behind the 8 ball, I first took my time. To me way, I blow the man down.
Behind the 8 ball, he has wasted his prime. Oh, give him some time to blow the man down.
Wise guy, huh?
Tinkers and tailors and soldiers and all. To me way, I blow the man down.
That's what the good sailors behind the 8 ball. Oh, give him some time to blow the man down.
15 hairs and a dead man's chest.
Many brave hearts lie asleep in the deeps of the night. Be
Calling all pirates, calling all pirates. Calling all pirates, ship off board, calling all pirates.
Come on, baby, kids, get dressed. We're going to have company.
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
You will? And you like it?
All right, I will. But I won't like
Lower the decoy. Shut up, you brat. Help a poor mother and a little child. Pipe down. Help, 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 help. To the rescue.
They fell for it. All right. Ball strike 1.
Now I can buy me a purple shirt with pearl buttons.
Afraid not.
Why, that dirty crook. Getting so you can't trust anyone these days.
More than $1 million. Oh, shucks. There's more than 1,000, I bet you. But how can we take it with us? I've been a bad boy. I should have listened to my mother. But gosh, how can we get home? Worry, 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 worry. I got it.
Of all the sailors' girls you know, your home, my lads, your home, your home. There's none like Nancy Lee, I trow. Your home, my lad, your home. See, there she stands and waves her hands upon the quay. And every day when I'm away she watch for me. And whisper low and canvas blow for Jack and see. Your home, that's home, that's home. The harbor's past, the wind is wild and free. Your home, we go across the sea. Is long and we can say at home to me. So here's a helping hand.
We certainly fixed those pirates, didn't we?
Across the sea, 'tis long that we can say at home we'll be. So here's a help to Nancy Lee, Nancy Lee.
My husband.
You If your family has but one automobile, your pleasures may all take a bounce. So end all your troubles and happiness double. Buy a used car with an okay that costs.
Surprising how much power they get out of an engine that doesn't look so very big.
Yes, about 1,000 horsepower.
In the 4 engines together?
Oh, no, 1,000 each. About 4,000 or so all told.
Well, looks like I'm getting curious at the right time. You seem to know the answers.
I'm an engineer, automotive.
An automobile engineer? Just the man I need. My name is Alan.
Reynolds is mine.
I don't want to bore you, but there's some things I'd like to ask you.
Well, you won't bore me by talking about engines.
You see, I'm a cartoon animation director.
You mean you draw cartoon comedies for the movies?
That's right. We're doing a cartoon with a bunch of little imps using an automobile to win a war. Everything is swell except we get in trouble whenever we try to show the engine.
I'm on my way out to the coast for a vacation, so I ought to forget about engines. This cartoon stuff sounds interesting. I always wondered how they did it.
Well, maybe we can dicker a bit. How about spending a day or two at the studio?
That sounds okay to me. We've got a cutaway engine out there that might help you. Suppose I have it sent over to your place.
That's fine. And when you come over to the studio, I'll show you what we've finished.
I think it's pretty clever the way you fellas combine cartoon figures with something that looks as real as that automobile.
We made tracings from photographs of a real car for those scenes. But when it came to the sequence inside the engine, we began to have troubles.
I think the cutaway engine will help you there. It ought to be here by now.
Well, let's go and see. These are the animators, the boys who make the original drawings. We want an army of imps making the engine go. Now you show us what they should be doing.
Well, let's have one of the little fellows on each valve. They could be in the special uniform of a mechanized unit.
A great idea. Then we make the imps' hats in the shape of valves, and then have them jump up and down. The action will make them open and close the chamber with their valve hats.
That sounds good, except this engine that belongs in the car you're showing has overhead valves. Notice that the valves are on top, and you have a direct flow of fuel mixture into the combustion chamber.
Oh, well, then we'll put the imps up on top.
And because the fuel comes directly into the head, that means greater economy. How about having an old miser imp in charge of doling out just the right amount?
A stingy-looking fellow with whiskers who just hates the idea of waste.
That's okay.
The valve mechanism is specially designed for quiet operation, just like everything else in this engine. Why not have monitor imps walking around with "Quiet, please" signs?
Say, we'll make a cartoonist out of you yet. Oh, here's the way the valve imps will look. 10 or 12 drawings will be filled in between these two just for one complete movement. When they're all drawn, the action of your imps on the valves will be perfectly smooth and natural.
Say, when we get to the place where the general calls for more speed, why don't we turn this thing into an airplane engine? Look, the imps go so fast they're just a blur. We fog out the shot and change to an airplane engine.
It's a beaut. That gag is older than you are, fellow.
Not bad, though. Remember what I was telling you on the plane, Alan? Aeroplanes have valve and head engines, too, because they want the greatest amount of power, the last possible ounce they can get, and fuel economy at the same time for long-range operation. As a matter of fact, all the engines that hold major speed records are this same valve and head construction.
We have enough trouble making these drawings look like an automobile engine without asking for more. Let's get back to this one here.
This engine has 90 horsepower for plenty of pep and performance. Why not have one of the imps in charge of the horses? Someone who could really handle them. What would you think of a Roman chariot driver?
You're doing fine. We'll make him a big, muscular guy with a whip. Okay?
And this engine has quite an oiling system. 4 distinct types of oiling, in fact, to meet the needs of different operating parts most efficiently and economically. So, some of the imps could be dressed like a crew of oilers, with little sprays and cans.
Sounds all right to me. What's this space for?
That's the water jacket. It runs around all the cylinders to cool them off. With the valves in the head, you have more room for cooling around the cylinders.
That's where our Navy comes in. Imps in submarines. Maybe even mermaids.
Well, what I want to know is how you get the sounds of the engine and voices to go with your pictures.
That's easy. Let me show you. We use a regular actor whose voice fits the personality of the character we've created. In this film, the general of the imp army does most of the talking.
Put on more speed. Give it the works.
The voice is on film now, on the soundtrack.
Put on more speed. Give it the works.
We make a note of how much film is taken for every syllable. That is, how many frames are separate pictures. There are 16 frames to every foot of movie film. So if it takes 12 frames to complete a word or a piece of action, the animator knows he has 12 drawings to make. He uses his own lip movements as a guide when he draws a character speaking. Animators don't have to be crazy, but it helps. This is how the animators check the motion in their drawings before they're photographed. We have a timing device which gives our musical director his tempo. We photograph the drawings with a moving beater showing on the edge. We check our action and record the music to this tempo. This is the tracing and opaquing department. In here, the drawings that have been checked are traced with ink on transparent celluloid. We call them cells. Then over here, the opaquers fill in between the lines to give the character body and to block out the background. These are the backgrounds over here. Still more drawings. In fact, in a 10-minute animated cartoon, there are 15 to 20,000 separate drawings.
Wow. I never realized it took that many.
The cells are put together like an assembly line, and they're photographed one by one over the backgrounds.
Following the loss of his studio in 1942, Max Fleischer was called to Detroit to head the Jam Handy animation department. His name and reputation brought prestige to the company. This is just a sample of what came under his supervision.
Yes, there's plenty going on in this little old world of ours.
Let's see what's cooking. Here comes a bit of news. A hurricane put the electric power plant out of business at Amesbury, Massachusetts. That put Farmer Woodson's electric milking machine on the blink. He called for help, and Fire Chief George McDougal and his men came a-running. The fire department milked the 50 cows by hand, and that's what I call pulling together, boys. Facts magazine tells about the most expensive kiss on record. A lady dove sat on a high-tension wire. Her boyfriend sat on another wire, and then they kissed. And whammo! The powerhouse in the town of Phoenix, Arizona, went out of business for half an hour. The doves? Oh, well, maybe they're just as happy. Are you listening, girls? You may know your reading, writing, and arithmetic, but what do you know about this? Sure, it's a man, but is he the right man? Needn't worry about that anymore. The Mundelein College, Chicago, has just begun a new class on how to choose a husband, how to keep him, and how to spend his money, as if you didn't know. Listen, shh, fellas and girls, here's a little secret. It's just between you and me and the ticker. The War Department doped this one out. John, suppose you were here in London, and Jane, suppose you were here in Florida, about 4,000 miles apart, and you want to get hitched. The War Department says you can stay right where you are and get yourselves married in Tulsa, Oklahoma, by mail. And it's simple, too. John writes an I do letter to Oklahoma. Jane does the same. And Oklahoma says, I pronounce you man and wife. The only thing left is the distance between you and Jane. The War Department hasn't any idea what to do about that. But cheer up, kids. We'll have television soon. Taking candy from a baby is supposed to be the height of something or other. But here we have a bunch of kids in Mrs. J.T. Wright's nursery in Dallas, Texas, who were robbed. Yes, robbed. A low-down burglar got away with a box of 200 diapers. Well, anyway, that's one thing they can't pin on the kids. Talking about inventions, here's something, brother. The United States Patent Office has just issued a patent on an overcoat. Not just an ordinary coat, of course. This one is heated by electricity. The warming current of comfort comes from a bunch of batteries which you carry in a suitcase. Hope the inventor provides a little trailer with a fire extinguisher, you know, just in case of a hot seat. Calling all fishermen. Yep, you fellas with your rods and reels. The Wildlife Service at Washington, D.C. is coming out with a new radar gadget. This doohickey will locate schools of fish, tell you which way they're going, and let you know their exact size. The Army Air Force has published a book on what to do if you happen to fall into the water and meet up with a shark. Under Rule 1, the trick is to make a quick swing at the shark. Slap the water around and holler like blazes. Now, that's supposed to ruin the shark's self-confidence. If that doesn't work, grab the shark's dorsal fin and hang on until he gets tired. If that doesn't work, haul off and give him a swift kick in the nose. A shark can't take it on the snoot. There's nothing to it. Here's a very, very sad piece of news. A gasoline truck pulled up to Walter Secchieri's station in Detroit. The driver connected the hose and pumped gas into the pipe, but the gasoline gauge said empty. Now let's take a look under the sidewalk. This is the station's gas tank, and this is where the gas went, right into the sewer. 864 gallons of good gas right into, well, let's draw a curtain over this sad episode. Next time you go to New Jersey, in the neighborhood of West Orange, look up a fellow named Coughing Arslanian. He's a Yale graduate. Don't know the exact address, but he lives among the branches of a giant oak tree. His home has a floor and a ceiling, but his wife couldn't get used to no walls, so she left, and our friend is still up a tree. So about your pinup girls, well, fellers, here's a gal, and what a gal. Just listen to this. She's a volunteer, 25 years old, worth $7 million, and what a scrapper. She was in the sneak attack on Pearl Harbor. Got herself badly injured, too. Spent a year getting over that. Then she did her stuff at Normandy on D-Day, and again at Cherbourg. She's got plenty of service ribbons and the Purple Heart. Who is she? The battleship Nevada. What a gal, what a gal. How's your memory? Who said these words? We can, we will, we must. Yes, FDR, you said it.
Tells the story, all right. Thousands and thousands of telephones to be made and all kinds of materials needed to make them. Copper, nickel, cotton, gold, silver. And from where? It's a tough job.
It ain't so tough.
That's what you think. Where did you come from?
Oh, I've been around. I know an easy way to get materials and make telephones.
You and what army?
Don't need an army. Just a little imagination. Watch. What's so funny? I got what I went after, didn't I? See? Here's copper, nickel, wax, lead, cotton, and all the others that you need.
Well, that certainly does require imagination. But how on earth are you going to make 433 telephone parts from those paper labels?
Still skeptical, eh? Okay, mister, help me clear the deck for action, and I'll show you.
Silly idea. But maybe I'd better humor this little fella. No telling what he'll do next.
I'll show him.
Well, so far so good. But your job is only half done. You still haven't got a telephone.
Mister, haven't you got any imagination? Must I do it all? over, Ringer. It's your move. Music, maestro, please.
Nice going, nice going. But, what about the chords?
The chords? Oh, yeah, the chords. Hey, Ringer, how about the chords? What did I tell you? It ain't so tough.
Yes, but your way of doing it won't help us. Imagine making telephones out of paper labels. Why, that's movie stuff.
You're not fooling, boss. That's the only place it is easy. In the movie. This is the end, folks.
Twas the day before Christmas, and all through the hills the reindeer were playing, enjoying the spills of skating and coasting and climbing the willows and hopscotch and leapfrog, protected by pillows.
Look, fellas, it's Rudolph. His nose is a sight. It's red as a beet.
Twice as big and twice as bright. Looky, looky, I'm Rudolph.
Poor Rudolph. Where most reindeers' noses are brownish and tiny, Rudolph's was red, very large and quite shiny.
Rudolph! Go on home, Red Nose. Your mama's calling you.
Come, come, Rudolph. Tonight you hang up your stocking.
His nose is a sight. It's red as a beet.
Twice as big and twice as bright.
While way, way up north on this dark, foggy night, awaiting the time for his Christmas Eve flight, good old Santa.
This fog will be hard to get through. Quick, get hitched in a hurry. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. Hi-ho! To keep our direction, we'll have to fly low. Come down here, quick! Hi-ho! Pretty close. Hi-ho!
The air was still foggy, the night dark and drear when Santa arrived at the home of the deer. But all this took time and filled Santa with gloom, while slowly he groped toward the next reindeer's room. The lamp wasn't burning. The glow came instead from Rudolph's red nose at the head of the bed. And then came the greatest idea in all history. So Rudolph is told of the dark and delay, the fog and the blackness and losing the way.
I need you tonight to lead all my deer on the rest of our flight.
Dear Mommy and Daddy, I have gone to help Santa. Don't worry. Rudolph, that's me.
Hurry, Rudolph. It's very dark here.
With Rudolph's red nose as a wonderful light, old Santa flew quickly the rest of the night. So fast that before it was day, the very last present was given away.
Hear ye, a message from Rudolph.
Yes, they'd found Rudolph's message. It's all over town.
Hear ye, Rudolph at the stadium. Come on, come on.
Bad deer who used to do nothing but tease him? Well, now they'd do anything only to please him.
Rudolph, my boy, they'll envy you now, far and near. For no greater honor can come to a deer than riding with Santa and guiding my sleigh. The #1 job on the #1 day. I hope you'll continue to keep us from grief. I hereby appoint you Commander-in-Chief.
And Rudolph just blushed from his head to his toes until his whole fur was as red as his nose.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Places all join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gauge. A right to your honey with a right and left 8. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall, promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike, it's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.
Gene Deitch replaced Max Fleischer at the end of World War II. His arrival brought about modern advertising design. One of his key films during this period was Wings for Roger Winsock.
If you lived in this neighborhood, you'd know all about airplanes. You'd know the exact wingspan of the latest supertransonic hyperstrata cruiser. You could identify the XB-303 at 20,000 feet. You'd know all about dihedral angles and cold fronts and wind drifts. And you'd know Mach numbers better than the multiplication tables. And the reason you'd know all this stuff, oh, there's the reason right now. Roger Winsock, the airplane kid, known on Shady Lane as the boy aeronaut, who's always looking up instead of where he's going. His father says he's air-minded, but neighbors call him plane crazy.
That was Roger Winsock, right on the beat.
Hey, there goes the airplane chaser.
Must be Roger Winsock.
Winsock's a little screwball. Never looks where he's going.
In school, Roger studied reading, writing, and aerodynamics.
Hey, fellas, look! I just built this new JATO dihedral turboprop. It's got a 15G pullout.
Let's play baseball, Raj.
Nothing but airplanes mattered to Roger. He thought about them night and day. But most of all, he loved to hang around the airport and watch the big airplanes take off and land. One day, Roger saw a very special airplane.
Yipe! What a skybuster! It's the spirit of the air age. What's it like to fly way up in the sky? Jiminy, do you really mean it? I wish I could fly. Oh my gosh, wings. I've got wings. Maybe I can fly. I've got wings. I've got wings. Hey, Phyllis, look at me. Wings.
Get a load of Winsock. He's got wings.
Hey, Raj, let's see you fly with them wings.
He talks so much about airplanes, he's beginning to look like one.
Lead into the wind, Raj.
Stand clear, men.
Ho, ho! Like a bird, Winsock. Just like a bird.
What a landing, Raj.
Yeah, he's got wings, okay, but he can't fly.
What good are your wings, Raj? You can't fly with them.
Roger's got wings, but he can't fly. Wings, but you can't fly. You can't fly. Can't fly. Can't fly. Can't fly. Can't fly.
The wings don't work. I can't fly. What'll I do? They don't work.
Those wings are not for flying, Roger. They're wings for your imagination. The kind of wings that created the air age. They'll show you a new world.
Wowee! Every kind of plane in the world. Old ones, new ones, big and small. And even the Wright brothers' flying machine. Maybe those fellas had wings like mine. Sorta. Okay, Wilbur, let her go! We've done it!
Yes, Roger, as men learned to fly farther and higher, airplanes became bigger and faster.
An Air Force training plane. Jiminy, if I could only fly one of those.
Okay, Winsock.
This is your day. Take over. Great maneuver, Windsock.
Thank you, sir. Observer Windsock reporting. I see something strange. I am going down and have a look at it. It's a fire. It's spreading from Grizzly Bear Ridge, south by west 12 miles. The best way to get in is by the Eagle Beak Fire Break.
Fine job, Windsock. We've saved the forest.
The job's not done yet, sir. We've got a free forest for you.
Calling rescue service plane. Abandoned search for lost polar scientist. Return to your base.
I've got one more iceberg to check, sir. I must find him. There he is. Windsock reporting. Sighted survivor. Saved same.
Hello. Hey, Windsock bug busters. The wrong leaf eaters are ruining my crops.
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Haystack. I'll be right over. Let's see. Have I got everything? Fishing rod, golf bag, mosquito dope, man. I got a bite. Flight 409, Windsock to tower. Request landing clearance. Over.
Roger, roger.
What a beautiful day for a swim. Not a cloud in the sky.
The firm of Fleagle, and Windsock is on the brink of ruin.
If we're not in San Francisco by 5 o'clock with a new contract...
We'll lose the business.
With the company plane, we could fly there in time, but the contract isn't even written.
Windsock, it's up to you.
Miss Dimple, take a contract. Whereas the party of the first part, hereafter referred to as the party of the second part, shall by these presents make known that we agree.
It's almost 5.
They'll never make it.
Well, it looks like the Fleagle boys lose the business, CB.
Not so fast, gentlemen. Here's our new contract.
Good for you. Congratulations, Mr. Fleagle.
Thank you, sir. Windsock's the name.
Urgent. Floodwater rising. Whole town cut off. Have only enough food to last 24 hours. Send coal, blankets, medical aid, shovels, sandbags.
It's an airlift!
We're saved!
It's Roger Windsock!
Step right up, folks. I've got something for everyone. I've got milk for the kiddies, clothes for the ladies, shovels for the men, coal and stoves and bathtubs, too. Medical supplies to make you well. and music for everyone. Gosh, I never realized all the wonderful things that planes did. They're real important. Gee, do you think I could get to be a real pilot?
Yes, Roger, you could. But there are many other exciting things to do in aviation. You can build airplanes, or you can service them on the ground. You can be an instrument specialist, a radio operator, or a tower operator, a weather forecaster, or an electrician. Maybe you'd like to be an instructor, or an engineer, a photographer, doctor, or a salesman. No matter what you'd like to do, there's a place for you in aviation. But that's not all aviation is doing for us, Roger. The airplane has changed our ideas about the Earth. We used to think that the people in Europe and Asia lived on the other side of the world, the Eastern Hemisphere. But an Air Age view shows us that they live on the same side of the world, the northern half. And we used to have to travel east to get to Europe. But the shortest route is actually to the north. And the airplane lets us travel the shortest way. This is the Air Age world. It shows the important areas of population in one hemisphere, not more than a day away. No capital of the world is more than a few hours away by air. And through air travel, peoples of all countries can learn to know each other better. Every day, more and more of our world neighbors can fly to our country in a few short hours to meet us and see how we live. We can visit their countries too for business or pleasure, and we can do it even on a 2-week vacation. All the wonders of the world are within our reach. We can meet new friends, and old ones too, and see how the people of the Earth live, and understand that they are really very much like us. They have jobs to do, they raise families, they like music and good food. And of course, everyone pays taxes just as we do. Their culture can contribute much to our lives, and they can become our friends. And so you see, Roger, the airplane has brought us together. The better we know the people of the world, the greater our hope for world peace. The airplane has changed the world. Aviation is helping to develop and protect our resources, speeding up commerce and travel, bringing progress to remote areas, creating new industries and new careers, and providing greater national security. Yes, Roger, the Air Age is bringing all of us closer together and creating a better world for everyone.
Gee, I've got to tell everybody about the Air Age. And that's how the airplane has changed our lives. So you see, I'm no different from any of you. We all have wings. This is the Air Age.
Dyche was with Jam Handy 5 years and was called back to New York to revamp Terrytoons after its purchase by CBS in 1956. He was succeeded by Bob Kennedy, who was then the animation department manager until 1969.
is aluminum. Aluminum for our industries and aluminum for our homes. Aluminum for building, for transportation, for communication, for agriculture, and for national defense. What is it that has made aluminum, one of the youngest members in the family of metals, such an outstanding material? The answer lies in its amazing versatility and unusual combination of properties. Its smart, modern appearance in a variety of natural or colored finishes. Its great strength combined with extreme lightweight, an outstanding advantage in almost every metal application. Its high electrical conductivity, with aluminum leading all other metals in a pound-for-pound comparison. Its immunity to all kinds of weather without rust or corrosion. Its superior light and heat reflectivity, for aluminum brilliantly outshines all other uncoated metals. Aluminum excels most other metals in its ability to conduct heat quickly and evenly. One of the most amazing things about this most remarkable metal is its tremendous abundance as a raw material. In America, the richest of these commercial-grade aluminum deposits are located in the central region of Arkansas. Although traces of aluminum may be found in almost any soil, only those clays containing 50 or 60% aluminum ore and known as bauxite are mined for commercial production. And here, one of the foremost producers of aluminum derives much of its ore for the reduction plants. In order to ensure a constant and uninterrupted supply of this raw material, Reynolds, some years ago, pioneered the development of extensive aluminum ore deposits in Haiti and Jamaica. These deposits, along with mining operations in British Guiana, constitute the world's largest known aluminum ore reserves, representing a vital backlog of strategic material for consumer goods and defense production. Back at the Reynolds plant, as the molten metal is cast, aluminum begins to take recognizable shape and form. After casting, the pigs are alloyed with small amounts of other metals to give them the right combination of properties. From the alloying furnace, aluminum now marches forth in the shape of ingots, blooms, and billets, each destined for a specific fabricating sequence. Versatile aluminum foil, when used for packaging or advertising, may be laminated to paper or cardboard and printed on high-speed presses in as many as 7 colors, adding great eye appeal to packages and reader interest to national advertising. Customer after customer is drawn by the bright, shiny colors and the reflective beauty of aluminum foil announcing the product. And aside from beauty, aluminum foil serves the public in many other ways. It keeps things like tobacco or chewing gum moist and dehydrated soups dry. It preserves the crispness of potato chips and the softness of prunes. It seals flavor in and keeps harmful light rays out. It provides extra convenience in the form of one-way containers which can be used right in the oven, such as delicious ready-mixed cakes, ready-to-serve frozen pies, and complete dinners, which only need heating and are ready to serve. all made possible with lightweight, heat-conducting aluminum containers. Only foil offers so much beauty and merchandising value. Foil offers such perfect product protection. To pass on the extensive knowledge gained through its long experience in working with foil, Reynolds maintains a full-time staff of packaging design experts. The parade of billets and blooms continues uninterrupted to still another conversion mill. In the auto industry, other metals are giving way to aluminum. In mechanical units and parts, as new decorative styling features in gold anodized aluminum. With aluminum's lightweight, resistance to corrosion, and many color anodizing possibilities, decorative and functional trim of today's cars is being supplied in ever-increasing quantities by bright, colorful aluminum. Aluminum window treatments and color anodized wheel covers and grills, interior and exterior trim. These are only a few of the many automobile parts now being designed in aluminum. And in the production of mechanical parts of all kinds, pistons, torque converters, transmission housings, and other mechanical parts, aluminum has become the standard of the industry. Today, aluminum provides us with better and safer transportation in the air, on the seas, and on the land. In transportation, as in every field of industry, aluminum contributes to our continued progress. In the form of pig and ingot, sheet, rod, and extrusion, foil, building products, industrial shapes, and parts for home appliances, aluminum flows in an uninterrupted stream. Aluminum is transformed into 100,000 useful things, from the most delicate and decorative to the most formidable and functional, like these gleaming highway giants. From convenient kitchen containers to home insulation, refrigerators, and farm buildings, automobile parts, and Reynolds wrap, building materials, and home appliances, outdoor furniture, and magazine advertising, high-fashion dresses, and engine components, electrical cable and packaging material, bridge railings, irrigation pipe, and an endless variety of do-it-yourself material. Only a few of the things in the almost endless procession that makes up aluminum on the march. And this never-ending march of aluminum continues, an ever-growing parade, supplying the thousands of parts which form the products of today and the better products of tomorrow.
Soup is the secret of good living. Soup is the secret of good living.
from the wealth of the earth and the wealth of the sea, with spice and herbs so savory, a favorite food down through history. Soup is the secret of good living. Soup is the secret of good living.
Food songs are part of the folk heritage of all nations and universal in delight.
Everything goes into the kettle, delicacies ancient and delicacies recent alike. If you've ever cooked a steak over an open fire, ever watched the sizzle of the juices from the meat lost falling into the flames, you've shared the feelings of the primitives who wanted to save those flavors. What a pity to spend all those drippings on the brightness of blazings and cracklings of the fire. You can save some of the juices by roasting. But you can capture more of them, and really most of them, by cooking the meat or fowl with some water in a kettle. And that's how soup began. Soup was a discovery destined to interest people of all ages. Juices good to the taste and good for the taster. Soup, wholesome and healthful, and enjoyed by all. Old songs, old rhymes tell the theme of joyful soup. Sipping soup gave a wholesome feeling. Old Hippocrates, the father of medicine, recommended it to patients old and young. Chefs, old and modern, have taken soup far beyond those early days. The key to the kettle is flavor. Flavor to loosen the appetite, to quicken the enjoyment of all food. So seasonings were added, herbs and spices and cereals, then vegetables. Some recipes were secret. Let the kettle smile, says an old recipe of the Greeks, meaning merely to simmer the soup, to let her chuckle. Bean soup and pea soup, two of our favorites today, were also favorites of the Romans. Sometimes served thick enough to cut. A woman who can't make soup should not be allowed to marry. Throughout history, that thought has persisted. In the Middle Ages, the bride prepared a kettle of soup for the wedding feast, but the groom wasn't allowed to taste it until after the vows were spoken. And then it was too late to do anything about it. The song of soup, softly singing and simmering, is a song of good living. When was it served first as a separate course? There's no telling. In all its Elizabethan elegance, England was limited to a spoon and a knife, and usually sat down to a one-piece dinner, cooked in one kettle, served on one plate, to be eaten at one time. The broth was sopped up separately with slices of bread. The bread so used was called sops. Some men of history tell us that is where the word soup came from. A second course of slices of meat, or the joints themselves, was served in a bowl they called a trencher. Manners were different then. Wide travel broadens our horizons, especially in points of etiquette and styles of food. The Italians gave the English the fork. And the cooking Chinese gave Marco Polo, the Italian man of travel, the noodle. Back in Italy, it became spaghetti, macaroni, and other pasta. In Peru, the Spanish conquistadors discovered the tomato, without which there would be no self-respecting minestrone and no universally loved tomato soup. The potato also came from Peru. Corn from Mexico. Some say Indian squaws first concocted the seafood chowders, famous in New England, and gave the chowder recipes to our pilgrim mothers. Others say chowder comes from chow, the Chinese word for food, which crept into our language when Chinese seamen came aboard our Yankee merchant ships to cook. Still others point to the French word chaudière, meaning cauldron or kettle. In many fishing villages, the women folk prepared a community kettle to celebrate the safe return of the fleet. Into it went all manner of catch from the sea. Most agree that the most flavorful, nourishing part of any fish is its broth. The traditional seasonings, of course, and the common onion in the kettle work beautiful miracles. Pepper pot soup came from Philadelphia. There is no doubt among food historians about that. Way down yonder in New Orleans, the blues came to birth, and also the wonderful variety of gumbos. One of the greatest and most recent discoveries in the history of soup is, of course, condensed soup. The makings of a meal are preserved in a small, bright container, ready for the kettle with only water or milk to be added. Our modern shelves of plenty place a world of unusual blendings of flavors at our fingertips. No people in history ever fared as well as we do. No people on God's green earth ever enjoyed so much of the good things of life, and in such enjoyable and nutritious variety. Our modern shopping baskets, swelling with abundance, topple the tall tales and all the romance of food lore from centuries past. Soup sets the appetite singing, for indeed, the wealth of the earth and the wealth of the sea make it the perfect companion for hungry humanity.
Soup is the secret of good living. Soup is the secret of good living. From the wealth of the earth and the wealth of the sea, with spice and herbs so savory, a favorite food down through history. Soup is the secret of good living. Soup is the secret of good living.
After 35 years, things changed. The Jam Handy organization was replaced by Campbell Ewald as General Motors' advertising agency. This loss brought about the demise of Jam Handy starting in 1969. It was reformed as the Bill Sandy Company in 1971 and was later known as the Sandy Corporation. And while Sandy carried on in the tradition, it was limited to custom sales training and electronic media for the automotive industry. While more in tune with efficiency in modern times, it could not surpass the accomplishments of its foundational company that truly was the Hollywood of the Motor City.